Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Kansas City Royals and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Royals is Bill Paschall, whose record is 6-9 with a 7.06 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers today is Dan Petry, who's 1-2 with a 5.11 ERA. So we lost yesterday's game 4-2. We were down 4-0, and we almost came back to win in the ninth inning. We had a chance. Hancock hit his team-leading 18th home run, but it wasn't meant to be. And so we've lost 2 games in a row, 2 heartbreakers, really. 2 games we should have won. And we head into the second game of the series, 4 games back. So we're hoping for some better luck. Before I get this game started, as we're loading it up here, I just want to mention that, as you may know, I do baseball card, sports cards, packs, and box breaks. And on that channel, I'm giving away a Mickey Mantle autograph. So at the end of this video, I'm going to have the video that you need to watch in order to be part of that contest. So just be looking out for that at the end of this video, and you can click on that, and that video will instruct you on what to do. Okay? All right. So at any rate, we have Dan Petry pitching today. This is his first start in the majors since April. He was terrible, and we'll look at his numbers here shortly. All of our bullpen is available, and Petry is starting because Dave Rozema had a 5-day injury. So he'll be back in to make the next start in this rotation, and we're going to put Petry in the long relief role. And here's the lineup today against the righty, Bill Paschall. It's the same as we had yesterday. Tony Armas made his team debut, and he went 0 for 4. So not a good start for him, but we need him at least defensively in center field. So here's the lineup for the Royals. It is different than yesterday, so we're going to go ahead and do the lineup rundown. And over here on the right side, you'll see the 1980 Topps card that represents the player. Batting leadoff and playing catcher is Daryl Porter. Batting second and at shortstop is Rance Mulliniks. Batting third and at third base is George Brett. Batting cleanup and at first base is Ken Phelps. Batting fifth and DHing is Willie Aikens. Batting sixth and at second base is Jorge Orta. Batting seventh and in left field is Hal McRae. Batting eighth and in right field is Amos Otis. And batting ninth and in center field is Leon Brown. And as I mentioned earlier, pitching for Detroit is Dan Petry. This will be his 8th start. He's 1-2 with a 5.11 ERA. And the reason why we set him down, as you can see, is he had 33 walks in 37 innings. And so in addition to that, opponents were batting .320 against him. So not great all around. Okay, sorry about that. I needed to take a moment to get a drink. And so here we are. So Dan Petry on the mound, and it looks like the Royals have a bunch of their lefties in there. So this could be a challenging game for Petry. So here's Daryl Porter, who's leading the league in home runs, and he had a home run yesterday. It was his 22nd on the year. And Petry strikes out Porter to start the game. Maybe this is a different Petry. We'll find out. Next up is Rance Mulliniks. Oh, I spoke too soon as Mulliniks triples into the gap. And that will bring up Brett. We're going to pull the infield in. We cannot afford to give up any runs. And Brett strikes out looking. So 2 down. And Mulliniks at third base. Here's Ken Phelps. And Petry strikes out the side, gets out of the jam, and I don't know who this is, but this is a different Petry for sure. So here's the Tigers lineup. Same as yesterday. Batting leadoff and playing second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting second and at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting third and at first base is Jason Thompson. Batting cleanup and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting fifth and in left field is Steve Kemp. Batting sixth and in center field is Tony Armas. Batting seventh and in right field is Gary Hancock. Batting eighth and DHing is Carlton Fisk. And batting ninth and at third base is Richie Hebner. All right, and here's Bill Paschall pitching for the Royals today, making his 27th start. He's 8-9 with a terrible ERA, 7.06. He's given up 131 earned runs in 167 innings pitched. Only 60 Ks, and opponents are batting .325. He's got a couple complete games. So let's see if we can help him raise that ERA. He starts off by walking Whitaker. So runner at first. And we're going to hit and run. That's what we always do in these situations. And Trammell grounds it just to the left of second base. Whitaker safe at second. One down. Here's JT, still the hottest Tiger on the team. And he pulls it to the right side of the infield. Whitaker goes to third. So we have a runner at third base with two down. And Lance Parrish is up next. And Parrish takes a third strike looking. So that'll end the first inning. We head to the top of the second. Willie Aikens leading off against Dan Petry. And Aikens hits a high fly ball. Whitaker camps under it. There's one down. And here's Jorge Orta, or actually I believe I know it looks like Jorge, but it's actually George Orta. That's what they used to call him. George Orta making his series debut, and he gets a base hit up the middle. And we have one down. Runner at first. Here's Hal McRae. And McRae sends a fly ball into left field. Kemp has it for the second out. So with two down, Amos Otis is up next. And Otis will ground it to Trammell. And there's your third out. So we head to the bottom of the second, no score. And Steve Kemp will lead off the inning. Kemp grounds it to first. Oh wow. The first baseman Phelps makes an error. So Kemp is safe at first. And here's Tony Armas, who is 1 for 4 with a home run against Paschall this year. That was when he was on the A's. And he strikes out looking. So he's 0 for 5 in his short time with the Tigers. And next up is Gary Hancock, who is definitely the team MVP so far. He hit that big home run yesterday that gave the Tigers a chance to win. Here he flies out to right field. So it's going to be up to Carlton Fisk to get something going. Still no hits for the Tigers. And there we go. There's a base hit down the left field line for Fisk. And holy cow, Kemp scores all the way from first base on the double. So that is, that's impressive. So we have a 1-0 lead. Two down, Fisk in scoring position. And there's a grounder to short. And Hebner is out. So it's 1-0 Detroit, top of the third. And Leon Brown also making his series debut. And he hits a high fly ball to center field, which is caught by Armas for the first out. So one down. Back to the top of the lineup with Daryl Porter. And Porter walks. So runner at first. That's the first walk for Petry. With one down, Mullenix is up next. And he's going to hit a home run to left field. There's a no-doubter. 385 feet. The 14th on the year for Mullenix. And the Royals take a 2-1 lead. And we're gonna guard the lines with George Brett. And he walks Brett. So much for Petry having his stuff together. He is at 58 pitches as Phelps grounds it to short, and we turn 2 to get out of the inning. So the 2-run home run by Mullenix gives them the lead. It's 2-1. We head to the bottom of the third. Sweet Lou leading off the inning. And he's going to answer Mullenix with a home run of his own. That's the 11th on the year, and every person in our lineup, every hitter, has at least 11 home runs. That's impressive. So it's 2-2 now as Alan Trammell steps in. And Trammell pops it up, and it's caught by the shortstop, Rance Mullenix. One down. JT's up next. And Thompson continues his torrid pace with his 14th home run of the year, and he gives the Tigers the lead, 3-2. Thompson is killing it in his last 20 games. I think he's batting .340 with 8 home runs as Parrish lines out to left. So 2 down. Here's Steve Kemp. And Kemp grounds it to second. And he's thrown out by Orta for the third out. So to the top of the fourth, I guess we're going to have to try to get Petry through this inning, and then we'll have to take it from there. Maybe bring in a lefty as Akins grounds it to short. One down. Next up is Orta, batting .352 versus righties. And Orta pops it up on the infield, straight up. And I think Parrish has it for the second out. He does. So 2 down. Here is Hal McRae. And McRae grounds it to Hebner at third. And a 1-2-3 inning for Petry. Just what he needed. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Tony Armas will lead off. And Armas grounds it to third. Brett has it for the first out. One down. Next up is Gary Hancock. He's 0 for 4 against Paschall, all with the Red Sox. And Hancock grounds it to second. Orta throws him out. 2 down. And that'll bring up Pudge. And Pudge hits a high fly ball to center field, 385 feet. But it's caught by the center fielder for the third out. So we head to the top of the fifth. And there's 2 righties here. We'll see how Petry does with these righties. Otis grounds it to third, leading off the top of the fifth. There's 1 down. Next up is Leon Brown. And Brown hits it into the right center field gap, and it is caught for the second out. So 2 down, and we're going to let Petry pitch to Porter, and if this works, then Petry will be done for the game. Oh, he walks him. All right, we're going to guard the lines. Oh, this is a mistake. I can feel it. But we're going to give him one more chance. And Mullenix grounds it to short, and there we go. We get through 5 with Petry. Only giving up 3 hits and 2 walks, so not the worst performance. Slightly better than early in the season. So bottom of the fifth, here's Richie Hebner. And Hebner will get the Tigers' 4th hit with a base hit to left. And we're going to say no. McRae, as I mentioned in yesterday's game, well below average defensively. And Brown in center field is below average as well. So we should be getting a lot of singles dropping in. There's a grounder to short by Whitaker. Is that 2? It's a double play. So 2 down for Trammell. And Trammell is going to get a base hit into center field. It gets past Brown, and Trammell has himself a double. So runner at second for JT, who had the home run in the last inning. In the third inning. And Thompson flies out to right. So a couple things. First of all, we're going to flip over the in-game stats, so you can see the numbers so far. And we're definitely taking out Petry. That was really more than I could have hoped for. And we're going to bring in Schatzy to face these lefties. And George Brett's going to be the first batter to face Schatzy. We'll look at his numbers real quick. His 49th game, he's 7-2, 3.79 ERA, 47 strikeouts in 80 innings pitched, and opponents are batting .265. He's got a save, but he's got that 4 blown saves there. So not a guarantee with Schatzy as Brett steps in. And Brett hits a fly ball to right field. Hancock has it for the first out. So 1 down for Phelps. Phelps only batting .094 versus lefties. And he hits a line drive into right center field, but Hancock makes the catch for the second out. So that'll leave it up to Akins here in the top of the 6th. And he's going to get a base hit to the opposite field. And runner on first now for Jorge Orta. We're going to play the infield straight away. And there we go. A line drive to right, and Hancock makes the catch for the third out. So a good job by Schatzy preserving the lead. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Big wheel Lance Parrish leading off. And he strikes out swinging for the first out of the inning. 3 Ks for Paschall. 1 down. Here's Kemp. He's 0 for 2 today. And Kemp grounds it to short. There's the second out. So 2 down. Tony Armas steps in. And Armas gets his first hit as a Tiger. Base hit opposite way. And runner on first now for Gary Hancock, looking for his first hit of the game. He's 0 for 2. And he hits a line drive straight away center field. And that's the third out. So to the top of the 7th. And we have some righties coming up. So we're going to take Schatzy out. And I guess that means it's Tobic time. And Tobic has not been good of late. 61 games. He's 4-4. A 3.59 ERA. 30 walks, 30 Ks. A .268 opponent's batting average. If you take a look at the game log, you'll see he's given up runs in 4 of the last 5 games. And he's taken the loss 3 times. So he has been bad, no doubt about it. But we have to go with what we got. Hal McRae leading off here in the top of the 7th. And there's a base hit to left field. So McRae starts it off with a base hit. Amos Otis is up next. We're going to guard the lines. See if we can't turn 2 maybe on a double play. It won't matter as Otis strikes out for the first out. Now we're going to play straight away for Leon Brown, who's 0 for 2 today. And Brown grounds it to Whitaker, and they do turn 2. So we get out of the 7th, heading to the bottom of the 7th inning, with Fisk leading off against Paschall. Paschall had 80 pitches. Of course, all the pitchers with terrible ERAs are Cy Young against us, so he's doing better than expected as Fisk lines out to center field. There's 1 down. And Hebner hits at the opposite field for the second out. We're back to the top of the lineup again with Whitaker, who's 1 for 2 with a home run. And Whitaker loops it into left center field. And it falls in for a base hit. Do we want to go for 2? Yes, I think we're going to risk it. And Whitaker's safe with a double. So let's see if that pays off. Base hit here by Trammell will give us a 2-run lead. And Trammell's going to come through with a base hit to center field. Whitaker scores. And why not? We did it once. Let's do it again. Oh, this time Trammell's thrown out. So we head to the 8th, and we're going to take out Hebner and bring in Brookins. And we're going to take out Tobic, and we're going to bring in the lefty Capizzello here in the 8th. Oh, and Capizzello, looking at his stats quickly. 41 games, his ERA under 2. That's amazing. 27 strikeouts and 36 innings pitched. Opponents have batted only 2.09 against him. And he's got a couple of saves. Daryl Porter will lead off the top of the 8th. And he grounds it back to Capizzello. And Capizzello boots it. And there you go. There's the first runner on base, tying run at the plate with Mullenix, who has a home run today. Mullenix going to get a base hit down the right field line. He coasts into second with a double. And it's second and third for Brett. We're going to have to bring the infield in. So the infield can go home on a ground ball. But amazingly, Brett strikes out. So that brings up Ken Phelps, only batting .091. So this run doesn't mean anything. We're going to keep the infield back now. We're going to bring the outfield in so that no fly ball drops in. Oh, never mind. As he hits it into the right field gap, both runs score and the game's tied. So Capizzello blows the save opportunity. And we have a runner at second. Here's Willie Aikens. And he hits a home run. And the Royals now have a 6-4 lead, just like that. So our bullpen let us down once again as Capizzello strikes out Orta for the second out. And we're going to bring in Roger Weaver. We're going to save Lopez. So 2 down. Here's Hal McRae with Roger Weaver into the game. And McRae gets a base hit down the right field line, falls in for a double. And Amos Otis walks. And Leon Brown grounds it to short. So the Royals put a 4 spot on the board, take a 2-run lead here in the 8th. JT will lead off against Paschall, or should I say Cy Young, as Thompson hits a fly ball into right center field. There's 1 down. Next up is Parrish, who grounds it to second. Orta has it for the second out. And Steve Kemp steps in and grounds it to Orta as well. So a 1-2-3 inning for Paschall. And we head to the 9th. We're going to bring in Keith Comstock to face the lefties. Daryl Porter leads off. He pops it up. On the infield, there's 1 down. Rance Mullenix is up next. And of course, he gets a base hit through the left side. That's 10 hits for the Royals. George Brett strikes out. And Ken Phelps strikes out. So to the bottom of the 9th, they bring in the closer, Raleigh Eastwick. This is his 32nd game. He's 3-3 with a 4.71 ERA. Opponent's batting .278. He's got 11 saves. He got a save in yesterday's game. So he's looking to have back-to-back saves. And Tony Armas will lead off the inning. And he's going to get a base hit to left field. And we're not going to risk it. We're going to say no. We're going to give Hancock an opportunity. He's batting .331 versus righties, and he's been incredibly clutch all year. And he pops it up in foul ground on the right field side. So we're going to pinch hit Fisk, and we're bringing in we're going to bring in Champ Summers. He did have a pinch hit home run to win the game. A couple in the last series, in fact. And Summers gets hit by a pitch. So Summers is on first. Armis is on second. And that will bring up Tom Brookins, who is not much of a hitter. But I don't think we have much, really any other choice but to let him play. So one down, runners at first and second for Brookins. And Brookins walks, so that's the base is loaded. Tying run is on second base. And since Summers is the tying run and he is slow, we're going to bring in Bob Baylor. And now we have a speedy runner at second. We have speed in all the base paths. So all we need is a base hit for Whitaker to tie this game. And wow, Raleigh Eastwick walks in the runner from third. So it's 6-5. And all we need now is for Trammell to give us a sac fly. And we can have this game tied. Nope, he grounds it right back to the pitcher. And, they only get the run at second. They didn't go home with it. And the game is tied with Thompson, our best hitter, with a chance to win the game. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Defensive indifference. Trammell takes second. It's an 0-1 count. So really all the same. They're going to intentionally walk Thompson now to get to Parrish. I suppose that makes sense. Parrish, like I said, pretty hot hitter himself. He's 0 for 4 today with 2 strikeouts, though. And he hits a fly ball to left field. That should be the end of the inning. It is. We go to the extra innings. Scores all tied at 6. Willie Aikens leading off our defensive. Yeah, we're good defensively. So we're going to leave Comstock in there to face the lefties, and then all we have left is Aurelio Lopez. Aikens grounds it to short. There's one down. Next up is Jorge Orta, George Orta. Orta grounds it to second. And we're going to give Comstock a chance to get through this. And McRae grounds it to Brookins at third. And a 1-2-3 inning for Comstock. We head to the bottom of the 10th. And they're going to bring in Ken Brett, the brother of George Brett, older brother. This is his 10th game. He was traded over here from the Dodgers earlier in the season. Hasn't pitched too well. 4.97 ERA, more walks than strikeouts. Opponents batting .308. And Steve Kemp will lead off the inning. 0 for 4 today, looking for his first hit. And he grounds it to short. There's one down. Next up is Armis, batting .313 versus lefties. He's got a pair of singles today. And Armis grounds it to short. There's two down. It's going to be up to Gary Hancock, who struggles mightily versus lefties, batting .125. And there you go, base hit. He's 1 for 5 on the day. And now Bob Baylor's up, who does hit lefties really well. He's batting .360. And he hits a fly ball down the left field line. And it's caught in foul ground for the third out. I thought that ball might have been gone. And so we head to the 11th inning. And, man, I almost feel like we've got to give a chance for Comstock to maybe get to the lefties. I think his endurance is probably going to keep him from, yeah, there's a walk. Shoot. All right, we're going to guard the lines for Leon Brown, downtown Leon Brown. He strikes out Brown, and we get back to the lefties at the top of the lineup. So runner at first, below average speed for Otis. And Porter strikes out 4 Ks for Comstock. He's having himself a game so far. So with 2 down, Rance Mullenix is up next. And he strikes out. Wow. Great job by Comstock. So to the bottom of the 11th, Tommy Brookins will lead off the inning. This is his second at bat. He walked in his first time up. And he flies out to left. There's one down. Sweet Lou, 2 for 3 today with that home run. And he pops it up to the third baseman, Brett. Oh, and Brett boots it. Oh my gosh. So Whitaker safe at first base, and you know we got a hit and run with Tram. And that's going to work as he gets a base hit into center field. Whitaker has to hold at third. And it's first and third. We're going to just ask for a sac fly from Thompson, who has the ability to get that done. Oh no, he grounds it to second. Oh no, they go home. They go home with it, and they get the runner at the plate. Whitaker's gunned down. It's first and second now for Parrish. And 2 down. Man, that could have went a bunch of different ways. But Parrish is going to get a base hit to left field, and the Tigers score to win the game. RBI single for Parrish. Trammell scores from second base. And somehow we managed to come back and win that game, thanks to Keith Comstock, who is going to get the player of the game. He really held us in there. Let's take a look at the transactions real quick. A couple milestones. Oh, wow. Rance Mulliniks hit for the cycle in that game. Pete Rose got his 3,500th hit. And Matt Alexander decides to retire. So, I mean, congratulations to Rance Mulliniks and Pete Rose. That's incredible. What a crazy day this was. Let's pull up the box score. Oh, let's take one quick look at the standings, of course. We did not gain in the standings. We're still 4.5 back. That would have been devastating to have lost that game. Baltimore has fallen 7 back and maybe find themselves on the outside looking in. Let's pull up the box score. We'll get out of here. We're going to give that player of the game to Keith Comstock, who deserves it. And it's hard to believe, but we won that game. Thompson with his 14th home run, Sweet Lou with his 11th, Akins his 17th, and Mulliniks his 14th. As you can see, look at that. Mulliniks hits for the cycle. Keith Comstock gets the win, his first as a Tiger. He's 3-2. And the loss goes to Ken Brett, who unfortunately on the Brett error, his brother Brett, George Brett, cost them the game. So at any rate, we win the game. We'll take it. And the Tigers win 7-6. So we'll be back tomorrow with the third game of the 3-game series. Until then, everyone, have a great night.